NFL facts that sound fake but are actually true, Part 18. The state of Virginia has a population of 8.6 million people. It's the most populated state without an NFL, NBA, MLB, or NHL team. For comparison, Minnesota has a population of 5.7 million, almost 3 million less people, yet Minnesota has an MLB, NFL, NBA, and NHL team. The Green Bay Packers are 1 in 590 all-time when trailing with no time left on the clock. That's right, they won one game back in 2015 in Week 13 against the Detroit Lions. Known as the Miracle in Motown, Aaron Rodgers threw a Hail Mary with no time left on the clock and won the game. The Packers never led at any point in that game and still won. Browns running back Nick Chubb so far never had a year with less than 8 touchdowns or less than 5 yards per carry. He's also crossed over 1,000 yards in every season aside for his rookie season, but even in that rookie season, he got 996 yards. He was just 4 yards short. Plus, his last carry in that 2018 rookie season was a 6-yard tackle for a loss, so it's not like he could have surpassed 1,000. And speaking of Browns running backs, Larry Mason in his first ever NFL game ran for 133 yards and 2 touchdowns. Then for the rest of his NFL career, he had 268 yards and 0 rushing touchdowns. If you're wondering why that is, it wasn't from injury. After the bite of '87 and the first 2 games of the 1987 NFL season, the NFL players went on a strike. This caused Week 3 to be canceled completely, and then Weeks 4 through 6 had replacement players, Larry being one of those replacement players. So while his great achievement was against other replacement players, it's still a really amazing first game that didn't pan out for his entire career. In 2003, Chris Hansen had a season-ending injury, but it wasn't an on-field injury, it was a pre-game ritual in which he hurt himself. You see, he had a ritual that included an axe and a log. This is because after an 0-3 start of last season, Coach Jack Del Rio placed a tree stump with an axe in the middle of the locker room to teach his team a lesson to keep chopping wood and never give up, even if times are tough. Well, this metaphor took on a new meaning after Chris accidentally gashed his own leg. It was his right non-kicking leg. You can't play with a wound like that. It kept him out for the whole season. Adrian Peterson is the only running back in NFL history to make over $100 million in contract earnings alone. Through contractual signings, he earned $103 million in his career. Dak Prescott is the longest tenured starting quarterback in the NFL to play for the same specific team, starting for the Cowboys since 2016. Robbie Gould has never missed a postseason field goal. He's 29 for 29 on field goals and 39 for 39 in extra points for 126 points in 16 games in the playoffs in his career. On September 3rd, 1966, the Denver Broncos win an entire game against the Houston Oilers without gaining a first down. The Broncos lost that game 7-45. They only got 1 touchdown from a kickoff return, and I can guess what you're thinking. Once the other team scores, the Broncos technically have to play on a first down, but they never gained any new ones after each kickoff return. And I wouldn't call the 1966 Houston Oilers a great team by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, they ended with a worst record, going 3-11 that season, whereas the Broncos finished 4-10 in 1966. Lamar Jackson was the first NFL player in history to have 1,000 rush yards and 30 touchdown passes in a single season. So here were NFL facts that sound fake but are actually true, Part 18. Let me know if you want to see a Part 19. Don't forget to tackle that like button and subscribe with notifications turned on. I'm Touchdown Rewind, and I'll fast forward to you later.